350 plus people online, and this lappy said no.
It's holiday season. Welcome to Flytraxx FlyLife, the podcast. Today we're going to catch up with my homie, DJ Milk Tray. He is a motivational speaker, a music mentor, and of course, he's a DJ. He's going to share with us all about the challenges of coping with life as a DJ throughout this pandemic when hospitality is shut down, but also how he's been able to excel, start a new business, and also reach out to the community. He's a good guy, and I really think you're going to find some good tips. I know I did, some useful tips that I can apply to my life to help me and hopefully help you live the fly life by connecting to your goals, believing in your vision, and staying in your groove. So I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Oh, before I forget, please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and click the bell notification. Bing, 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 so you know when I post future content all about music, mental health, and lifestyle. Let's live the fly life, baby. Let's do it. Let's go. Ho, ho, ho.
The Flytraxx Fly Life podcast is brought to you by Peak Performance Health, helping people become fitter, healthier, and happier. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Flytraxx Fly Life, the podcast. This is podcast episode number 1, baby. All about staying in your groove and doing everything you need to do to stay in your lane and follow your heart's groove and elevate your life. And my special guest is the people's champion, Mr. DJ Milk Tray. What's up, brother?
What's going on, fam?
Talk to me. Tell me how you been.
Extremely busy.
What, like
even in this season, even in this time.
Yes. Like lockdown,
Extremely.
We're here in lockdown 2.0, and we're here in the middle of a pandemic, and you're telling me you're busy. I mean, talk to us. Tell us what you do. For people that don't know who you are and what you do, tell us who you are and what you do.
All right. So for those who don't know, DJ Milk Tray, co-founder of Sweet Boy Entertainment, established in 1995. I'm a radio presenter, motivational speaker. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a big bro. All of these things. And 2020 has been a good year.
Right.
It's had its challenges, but 2020 has been a very, very productive year.
Yeah.
Probably the most productive year I've had this in like 10 years.
This is why I wanted to kickstart this podcast with you. Like I say, this is the Flytraxx Fly Life podcast. It's all about staying in your groove. And I wanted to talk to my fly friends and my fly family about how they're staying in their groove, how they're staying grounded, and how they're kind of turning their passion into a profession. So tell us and the people that don't know you how you've turned your passion into your profession.
So, as I said earlier, I started DJing back in 1995. Me and my cousin, Mr. Ibs, we were at an open day. We were at an open day. You know when colleges had open days?
Right.
Yeah, so we went to this open day at Kingston College. I remember us linking up in Tooting Broadway, jumping on the 85 bus, driving on the bus all the way from Tooting to Kingston.
Tooting is South London for any international friends. Yeah, South London on the map. Whoop, whoop. Go ahead.
So yeah, we jumped on this bus, went to, down to Kingston, looked at this college, and at the time, we were obsessed. This is like 95. This is when Bad Boy Entertainment is at the peak of its powers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Craig Mack is out.
Right.
Biggie's out.
Let me give you some music so you can break down the scene. Okay. I'm in the background. Tell us.
The man's on the bus, yeah? Man's heading Kingston.
You ain't even got to go on beat. I'm just giving you background. I'm just giving you.
I had to do it on beat. You know that. You know I had to do it on beat.
Showcase bars. Stop showing off, okay? Tell your story. I'm just giving you the bad boy Craig Mack in the back, okay? He came in starting like he's. Okay, Jay-Z. Okay, yes. So go ahead. You're high on life. It's the bad boy era. Can't stop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're high on life. So we go to this college. We have a, we walk around. You know what I mean? We're like, it's all right. The bus journey was a bit far, but we could work with it. So we were toying with setting up a little sound system. You know what I mean? Because we both love music. We both kind of grew up around it. Um, he had one turntable at the time. He had one turntable. So we were
That's
like, you know
something.
what? Yeah. So we're like, you know what? Maybe we should set up a little sound system and all of that. He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. So what should we call it? We was like, boy, can't call it Bad Boy Entertainment. Because at the time, for those that don't know, like my cousin Ibs, he was like, the Puffy, and I was the Biggie. Like I was like,
Oh, not even Puff and Mace. Just
no, no, no,
out.
no. It was Puff and Big. Yeah, we were when we walked through Tooting, SW17. You knew what time it was. Yeah.
Right.
Um, we were putting on parties in his house, on lunch breaks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We were doing that kind of stuff. We
Yeah.
were on the hustle like
Yeah.
real early.
Yeah.
So we wanted to set up a sound, like a collective of DJs. So obviously we couldn't call it Bad Boy Entertainment because that was already taken. We
Shame.
didn't want to call it Bad Boy UK or anything because we're not
Nah,
really
nah,
bad
nah,
boys.
nah, nah.
So he was like, yo, why don't we call it Sweet Boy Entertainment? I was like, yeah, yeah, girls like sweet boys. Yeah, 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 yeah. So he's like, all right, cool. We got to come up with some sweet boy names. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what are you gonna call yourself? And then like, you start brainstorming, kind of going through ideas. What you gonna call yourself? Like, what do girls like? He's like, yeah, yeah. Girls like Valentine's. Yeah, yeah. Girls love Valentine's Day. He's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna call myself Mr. Valentine. I was like, oh, that's sick, guys. That's sick. He's like, so what are you gonna call yourself? I was like, you know what? She said, man's kind of brown skin, man. Chocolates, innit? He's like, yeah, yeah. Girls like chocolates. They like chocolates. So we started going through all the chocolates over here in the UK. Quality Street. I said, bun that, louder. It was like after 8. I was like, you only
Now,
eat those at Christmas, fam.
after eight's got the
Um,
mint in it for people that don't know in
yeah,
the
yeah,
USA.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Dark
yeah, yeah.
chocolate, slim with
Dark
mint.
chocolate, yeah, it's little
Mint
stuff. But
cream
you only eat them at Christmas.
only at
Yeah,
Christmas.
only at Christmas. Yeah,
Christmas
and then
tradition strictly.
he was like, "What about black magic?" I was like, "Fam, we come from a Christian household. We don't do that black magic and all of
No
them things."
juju.
No, 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 no juju
No
around me.
juju chocolate.
No. So he said, hey, do you remember the advert from the chocolate milk tray? Now, for those who are not from the UK and that are not of a certain age, there's a brand of chocolate called Milk Tray. It's made by the company called Cadbury's,
Yeah.
probably the biggest chocolate company over here in the UK.
God damn it. They got
Um,
the plug and they're not even sponsoring.
yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean? They got the plug-in. So the advert it was kind of James Bond-esque, like old school James Bond. So you'd have this guy dressed in all black polo neck. He would jump out of a helicopter, then he'd land in the ocean, then he'd swim, and then there'd be this lady like in a castle in her room, and then she goes into the shower. He climbs up the side, he fights off couple man with swords and all of that. He
Yeah.
climbs into the bedroom while she's in the shower, and then he would leave her a box of the milk tray chocolate and a silhouette of himself, and then he'd jump back out the window, fight off the man, then into the ocean, and then off into the moonlight.
And the
But
tagline, the
the
tagline.
catchphrase was all because the lady loves boom
Milk tray.
milk tray.
And then
And that's how I
literally
got the name.
the advert fades to black and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I want some milk
yeah,
tray.
yeah. And that's how I came up with the name DJ Milk Tray, and it hasn't changed since '95. So that's where I kind of got the name from. And during that time, we left secondary school, went to college. We did college together, set up a few bits and pieces in college. Then we left college together, and then we went into retail together. So we got,
Proceed.
yeah, man, that's real family there. I actually used his CV to get the job at my first full-time job. So we sent in the CVs at the same time. I went to his house, adopted his CV, just changed the name and the address. We handed in the CVs at exactly the same time, but I got the job first. Um,
I mean,
so
he's gonna get you
yeah, no, he's still not happy about that. He's still not happy.
back. He's gonna get you
So
back.
so we started working in retail in the mobile communication games in a company called Car Phone Warehouse,
Right.
which at the time or up until probably the early part of this year was the biggest mobile phone retailer in Europe. We started there in 1999, and I've just recently this year um, left the company.
Wow.
Yeah,
But this year's when you said at the top that this year is a big year, probably the biggest year for you, that's no form of a lie.
No, definitely.
And you're in
So
transition. You've transitioned.
yeah, so within all of that time at Carphone, being full time, being young, living at home, making mad money, saving mad money, all of that kind of stuff, and then still doing that and DJing on the side. It was good times, and the DJing thing for me was I just doing this because I love doing it. It was never really for the money. We'd still party as much as we would DJ. Started doing little house parties, and you start doing little family functions, and then you kind of you go up the ranks, and then you might get a little booking here and there. And then we started doing events at what we would class in the UK as like one of the super clubs. There was a club in Wandsworth called the Theatre, which was actually our old theater, but they converted it into a club that had a capacity of I think about 12 to 1300. And we started doing events in there around about 97, 98. Then we started doing like a Friday night in there in 99. And then just started kind of moving up the ranks. So a lot of the DJs that we grew up watching and raving to, we actually started to book them for our events. And then it kind of it upgraded to the point where we started them being on the same lineups, etc. Why are you doing that?
Pause, because you're saying let me get the frog out my throat, because this is a pivot moment right here.
Yeah,
in
so
terms of something you was passionate about,
Mhm.
about music. You're watching them like, wow, I like how, these guys are doing their thing. I need to step up my game. I want to get into this DJ game. I got to be about this sound man lifestyle. And
Yeah.
then you transition, you turn things around, you chase your passion, you follow what feels good, what takes you high, Flytraxx, that's the plug.
Mhm.
And then before you know it, it's like this is now your profession, side hustle, whatever. You're in that kind of zone of what you're passionate about. And now the guys you were looking at, like, oh man, I want to clash them one day. You're booking them.
Yeah. So we started like carrying record boxes for some of the legendary DJs over here in the UK, especially like on the black UK London scene.
Yeah.
The Ill Kids, big up to Simon Says, big up to Sticky, Rampage,
Legends.
rest in peace, Dr. Psycho,
Yeah.
Boogie Bunch, my
Boogie
cousin.
Bunch, rest in
So
peace.
my cousin Fresh Prince. One of my cousins is actually a part of the legendary Boogie Bunch, Fresh Prince.
Wow.
R.I.P. DJ Swing.
Swing forever.
90%. Firing Squad. All of those sounds were the ones that were really appealing to us at the time. So we were used to carry their boxes and all of that. I mean, Jigs, listening to them lot on George K on Choice and all of that. So we were just at Gas Club every Tuesday, Hanover Grand on a Wednesday, Samantha's on a Thursday, SW1 on a Friday, Ezekiel's on a Saturday, Bog Bar or Bar Rumba on a Sunday, and then back to college on a Monday. So we kind of went from raving to them to actually putting on events and starting to book them. So I remember the first time Ibs phoned the Ill Kids and booked the Ill Kids, and like he came off the phone and I was in his house. He's like, yo, cuz we got the Ill Kids. I was like, oh my god, that is so sick. And then we started booking like Jigs from Choice FM and Rampage and all of that. And then like they started to actually know who we were. Like, rah, man knows who man is, Like, come on.
Feeling.
Yeah. So
you're in the clubs, you're in Gas Clubs, you got the Ill Kids. Like, what's the song at this point of your life that's just got you like, let's get it?
Do you know what? Do you know what song? There's like I probably like from 3 different genres. So for me, One More Chance, the remix, that was the game changer. 95, 95. That's the summer of 95 was the game changer. That was the summer I said, yeah, I'm gonna become a DJ.
Yeah.
And I remember buying that on vinyl for like £7 on import. And I've still got it to today. It's
Man,
actually over here. There's some crates over here, so they're
man.
still here.
Here you are in 2020, and
It's nuts, isn't it?
you're still that guy. You're still in that part of your passion. Like you're in your passion, you're still DJing. Okay, right. So with everything that's been going on with lockdown and a lot of DJs are out of work, myself, like unemployed since March 14th was your last gig, Saturday the 14th of March.
As in, well, I mean, in a party,
Yeah.
yes, but I've been working.
Well, right. So in terms of physically, my last physical gig was, yeah, the
Yeah,
14th of March. I would assume the same for you.
yeah,
So now a lot of DJs that have been out of work and a lot of people are like just, depressed and down and, everybody's really feeling this shift. But through this shift, some people have been able to kind of maximize the moment, turn it around and get something positive out of it. So what have you been doing like as a DJ, how have you been keeping yourself in the flow and in the groove during lockdown?
um, Instagram Live was, and I'm gonna say was past tense. Uh, my best friend. It was my best friend.
Yeah,
Lockdown one. It was my best friend.
yeah.
Um, a lot has come out of it. I started my own kind of Sunday service online, which started out just me doing an IG live on a Sunday playing gospel, but kind of flipping it the way I like to. So I like mixing from like a DJ perspective. I love mixing, but I like to throw different bits together and kind of
I need
mash
to
them up
throw
and
in a
put them together.
clip. I need to let people need to see. I'm going to have to throw in a clip,
Yeah.
see you in your groove when you're spinning and mixing like, the He-Man theme with like Missy Elliott or some shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
whoops,
yeah,
did I
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
shit? Well, hey, it's my podcast. I can curse if
It's
I
your
want.
podcast. So, but yeah, so
Abstract
I've been
mixing.
yeah,
Abstract.
I've been able to do that, build that. I've recently kind of built a home streaming studio as well, like full kind of streaming. Like I can stream properly from my house, not just from like an iPhone and an iRig. You know what I mean? I've properly invested, uh, bought a gaming PC, monitors, all of that, lights, webcams, the whole nine. Like I've
During
gone
a
full.
pandemic, this is what people
Yeah,
need to understand. Like, you can kind of be going through something hard and it can be hurting, but you can turn it around and you can make the situation help you. Like there's lessons, like life is always teaching. I'm always saying that if
yeah,
we're willing to learn. So lockdown comes, we're unable to go out and DJ physically, clubs are closed. And it's like, but you have technology. And does that mean you can no longer connect to people? No, if you're confident enough to get online, this man is confident enough to get online. I think he's got a little bit of confidence. I just heard maybe perhaps, he might believe in himself just a little bit, and has found a way to connect to people online and make people feel good from their living rooms, in their bed, under the duvet, partying, with his online DJ sets. And not to
that's
say it's
crazy.
come easy. It's not to say that you sleep on a bed of money. Like that scene in Breaking Bad when they go, oh, have you even seen Breaking Bad? Like your TV games.
No, but I know the scene though. I've seen the scene.
They go into the lockup where all the
Yes.
money is stacked, and then the dude just lies on it, and you're like, starts penguining. Like, I'm not saying like you're not going to bed like that on a bed of money. So therefore, you've had to risk
Yeah.
and sacrifice
Yep.
just to
Like
step up and elevate your streaming game.
no joke. I've had to not even dip into savings. I've had to really just like,
Tear them
there you
apart.
go, just tear them apart. Um, so in that regard, and I don't, and the thing is, I don't see it as spending money. I just see it as an investment.
Yes.
That's it. I just see it as an
So your
investment.
jack, these are your beans, and up is coming the beanstalk. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The beanstalk's coming because the Twitch game now. I mean, I've just kind of in the last month and a bit kind of really started to get to grips with streaming on Twitch, and I've been trying to champion it on my kind of circuit, and I'm trying to get as much as my DJ colleagues as possible over onto Twitch because there's great opportunities to monetize on there, and there's a little bit more freedom musically, what we can do on Twitch currently at the moment. Let me just put that up in inverted commas. I'm not saying that it's the be all and end all, but currently at the moment, there's a lot more, there's a lot less restrictions on Twitch compared to being on like Instagram Live and Facebook Live and YouTube and all of that.
Right, because unless you're D-Nice and, you know, you got like 2 million people on your, you know what I'm saying, that follow you, and like 5,000 people in your stream, and therefore got all these different brands and the Obamas and the, you know what I mean, Ciroc and all these people, you know what I mean, like sponsoring, you know what I mean, your lives, and you know what I mean, like dude's getting paid, like bless him, he's doing amazing things where he's making people feel good in their home in a time when, you know, we're all kind of going through it. On the flip side of that though, for the person that hasn't got those kind of connections and affiliations, coming on Instagram Live, all you're getting out of it is, you know, the love from the people, the show of love by way of emojis, you know, and if you're lucky, a few tips via the Cash App link.
You might get a Cash App
down at the bottom. If you put your PayPal, you know, people might tip you. But over on Twitch now, you have more of a foundation that like the intention is to monetize the time that you're spending on that platform. So being able to monetize your stream because people are showing their appreciation, not just with emojis, which you can use, but also their tailor-made bits that you post in the chat, and people pay, you know, to put those, to have access to those bits. You can go to sleep after you've done a stream and wake up, and you might see like your account telling you that you've earned some money.
I'm just checking mine now. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm checking mine right now.
Saying? Like, what was it last night, and what is it now? What is your account saying right now?
So okay, so last night. So after I finished my Twitch stream last night, I was on like $150.
Right.
It was when I finished.
Right. Yeah, and how long was you on for last night?
2 hours, 8 till 10.
Right. 100 and how much?
$150.
Okay, hit us. So what is it now?
I'm now on like $155.
Okay, because you can make money from ads as well.
Yeah.
So what people need to understand is you need to, when you sign up for your free account and you can just start streaming just like that, then you can become affiliate, and then after that you can become partner. So when people will be thinking, oh, well, how am I going to become affiliate? What do I need to do to achieve it? Are you that close?
I'm this close to being a partner.
All you need to do is have, let me get this straight, you need
get it right.
Like 7 days of streaming in a row.
Go on.
You need to do 8 hours of streaming. You need 3 concurrent viewers, so 3 people, regulars that tune in, and 50 followers.
Correct. Well
done.
And
then you become affiliate. Then you can make a little bit of change.
That's the benchmark. That's the benchmark for you to then start being able to generate and monetize your streams.
Right. And make a little bit of money from an ad at the beginning of your stream, plus money from people that might sub or buy the different bit icons, the little fun icons that they want to post in the chat. So you went to bed and you woke up like $5 with $5 extra. That $5 every day adds up. By the end of the month, you've got some extra money to pay your phone bill, as opposed to being on Instagram for free.
Listen,
maybe with some tips.
I put extra broadband in my room, in my home studio.
Yeah,
I've put extra broadband, so my household has a totally separate broadband provider compared to in this room. And that's not because I've got money to burn. That's because I just can't deal with the streaming, and then just be the lag and all of that.
The lag is mean. Even like, look, I'm talking to you just on, like, this is my first Zoom. This is what people need to understand. This is my first. I've broken my Zoom virginity. This day. Yeah. And so, and I didn't overly plan like what we were going to do today. Literally message him in the morning, like, are you free today? Let's just get this out the way. Every week I set myself a task of things to do. And me starting this podcast was one of the things that I wanted to do this week. And obviously I had a few guests in mind, and I was like, right, I want to have Milk Tray as my first guest. Did I think about where I was going to film it, what the shot was going to be? No, literally, like, we planned this for 1 o'clock. So literally minutes to 1, I was tripping over, running around like, right, where am I putting the laptop? Right, where am I going to sit? Didn't think about cameras, plugging in a different camera. I didn't do none of that because I didn't want to overthink it and then get analysis paralysis. So with my little basic laptop camera, I can see when I do these movements here, it's a little bit, look at that. Look at the blur on my hand. Yeah. Now you do the same thing.
It's blur.
No, but it's not as blur. I feel like Milk Trade's got
yours,
the extra,
yours is
quite severe. The extra sexy broadcast. You know, I've got my cable plugged in. I'm not using Wi-Fi.
No, but remember, my setup.
What camera are you using?
I'm using a bog standard. And the thing is, when I say bog standard, I'm not knocking it because it's been doing me great. Yeah. But I've been looking to try and get a Logitech C920. Yeah. And a guy hit me up the other day and said, boy, I've got one like 180. I was like, bro, it's okay. Because my 2 webcams that I'm using, I got for £50 each on Amazon. If you want the link, yep. I'm just saying, yeah.
It's really easy to want to start buying more and more and more because you constantly want to be stepping up the quality of what you're doing. Like, I'm looking and I'm like, maybe I need to get a better camera. I'm looking at how this thing is looking right here. Like, maybe I need a better camera. Maybe. But, you know, with all of this, like with lockdown, we're having to literally invest into our vision and try to sow where we want to grow.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing
to prove it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because I don't even want to show nobody my Amazon bill since April.
Yeah.
It's a myth. It's a myth. Only the good Lord above knows where this money's come from, you know. I'll tell people that right now, because I'm looking at my gaming PC right now, and if you told me that back in March I would be buying a gaming PC, first of all, I've had a Mac, yeah, right. So at my foot here, at my right foot, there is a old school, and you know, Flytraxx can tell you, there is a old school G5 Mac tower.
Yeah.
I bought this back in like 2003 or 4.
Wow.
2000 there. But I think about 2003 I bought this, yeah?
Yeah.
So I've had that since 2003. That was that was the first time I'd gone to Mac. And then since then, I had not touched a Windows machine until like last year. And then I'd used that for word processing.
Yeah.
And then what happened was this laptop here, this laptop here, I bought about 2 years ago, 2017, just to do my word processing. I'm going to show you. There you go, yeah? Just basic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I then started doing my streaming on this machine, yeah?
Yes.
And then one day when I was doing my Sunday service with like nearly 400 people online, this laptop just said, nah, fam, done.
Did it flatline?
Flatlined. Yeah. Had like 350 plus people online watching the Sunday service, and this lappy said no.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I said, all right, cool, no problem.
End of an era.
So that day, I said on the live when I had to try and fix and get through, I said, no, I'm gonna go and buy the most expensive MacBook Pro, and that's it. And then when I spoke to my streaming guys, they were like, nah, bro, you don't need to do that.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Yeah.
Simplify.
Get a Windows machine, get top of the range, top spec. It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Hey,
Yeah,
You get
but
what
it's
you pay
cheap.
for.
It's cheaper than buying top of the range MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the stuff that you're going to be using, especially like the OBSs and etc., they work a lot better on Windows than they do on a Mac. So
Really?
that's yeah. Because OBS is really designed for Windows. I mean,
Oh.
obviously, it does have the Mac equivalent,
You heard
but
it
there's a
here,
few little.
folks. You heard it
Hmm?
from the tech guy. He's saying
Yeah, trust me.
Windows for OBS over Mac.
Trust me.
I'm
I'm
still
not
going to
saying
use the Mac. I haven't touched
no,
it.
no,
I haven't touched the
no.
PC in forever. I don't even
Yeah,
have to use a
you can
PC
still
anymore.
use it. You can
Yeah.
still use a Mac, but if you speak to people that stream that really know this business,
Yeah.
they will tell you that in most cases, I'd probably say 90% of the streamers, whether they're gamers or any kind of like real hardcore streamers, they're using a Windows machine.
So there you go. So folks, if you're tech savvy and you haven't let your PC, sensibilities die by being converted fully to Mac, then by all means, if you're looking to step up your streaming, quality, and step up, the way in which you're providing your service, then perhaps invest in a
Yeah,
PC
yeah, because I mean, and
dedicated to OBS
yeah,
just for your
that's
stream.
what I use it for. I just use it for my streaming. Obviously, for my DJing, I still use. I've got a 2012 MacBook Pro 13-inch,
Mm-hmm.
still kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, the last couple of months, upgraded the RAM, 16 gig of RAM, put a new battery in there.
Step up
So
the RAM, step up the RAM.
yeah, step up the RAM. Yeah, them load times, them switch up times, them boot times.
Whoa,
Important
come on.
because I was going to parties and having to switch on my laptop as I'm walking
Wait
to the
half an
venue.
hour.
As I'm walking to the venue on the road, I've got my Mac in my hand, switched on. I get to the door, security's like, "Yo, Milk, she good?" I'm like, "Yeah."
You're
But
booting.
not. I'm still. I'm just load.
The
Yeah.
people don't
So
understand the pain. They just see you in the booth and the rocking it. They don't know before you was rocking it, you was having a heart attack because you thought maybe the computer wasn't going to actually switch on. I had that on a New Year's Eve, last New Year's Eve.
do you know I
Literally
had that?
started
Do you
at
know I had
9
that at a
o'clock.
wedding?
Yeah.
You know I had that at a wedding.
See what I mean? And it's not nice. It was 9 o'clock. It was 10 to 9. I was supposed to start at 9 and it was 10 to 9. And I turned on the thing and I plugged everything in. And then you know what happened? I did something, I typed something, and then I don't know what happened, but the Chinese writing came up, when the Chinese writing comes up on the Mac.
The thing is, yeah.
The way your spirit comes out of your body.
Yeah.
No astral projection.
Yeah.
That's what that was for me. And then
I've been
the
telling
moment
her
between
to
the
sort that
astral
out for a long time,
projection,
though, people.
that moment between that moment and getting my finger to back on the power button, and then that moment is the most important moment in the world, where you're just hoping that you see the Apple symbol come up. You hope you're
I'm just letting everybody know. I'd been telling her to sort that out for a long time.
Is that what you was trying to say just then? Are you going to throw some shade? I'm just saying. Listen, look, we're not going back. We're present. We're present, but we're just I was empathizing with your pain, right? When your Sunday service got knocked off. Don't try to throw me under the bus. That's not what we're going to do here. I'm just letting you know, I know the feeling. We're not going to talk about my teenage tendencies and how I can hold on to something old for a long time. Look, the way I was raised, you get your money's worth out of things and you make things last. And when it's dead, then I'll move on.
Can we talk about?
Even if a couple of decades have passed by, here we go. Look, what? What? Go on, do it. You're so bad, mind. What are you gonna say? Yeah, go on. What are you gonna say?
Can we talk about phones?
I didn't know this show was going to turn into a tech show. You see, we're very much in the flow right now. We're in the flow, and now you're going to roast me for my behavior with mobile phones. What? I had and still have an iPhone 6S. And I mean, I've had it a while. I've had it a little while. Okay.
Listen,
You know,
people,
I
I'm
went
gonna
from
tell
the
you straight.
iPhone 4 to the 6S.
At one point, yeah, I couldn't even WhatsApp the homie. You know, like that. I couldn't even.
Well, when the phones fall and the WhatsApp and I won't, because you know how it is when you've got an older phone, you're not gonna. Well, I don't know how anyone else is, but me, how I managed to keep the phone going is I won't put it on the newest operating system. Therefore, I'm not trying to make it do what it can't physically do because the operating system is new, but the phone all. So I'll keep it on an older operating system. So then, therefore, certain apps will start to misbehave a little bit. Well, I mean, I'm not on my own. I'm not here for this. Why are you doing this?
Listen, I'm
Where's the
just
love?
saying, yeah.
Where's the love?
I'm not one to just upgrade to the latest, yeah. I'll tell you.
This guy,
Yeah.
the phone guy.
I'm not one to just upgrade, especially like the updates and all of that. I hear you on that. But fam, come on, man. There's points there's points like you be texting me. I'm like, why you texting? Oh, come on. What's that?
Why are you doing this? Why? Look, listen.
Listen.
Look, people. I just want you to know, okay? I'm doing better. I have a new phone.
Yes.
I have a new phone. I have a new phone. It's here.
Yes.
It's here. I haven't even opened it.
Hasn't
He's
opened
been
it.
roasting me for the last 3 weeks because I have the new phone. Hold on. I mean, I'm not here for this. I'm not trying to showboat. Look. All right, hold on. Look. See, look, shrink wrap's there. I took the shrink wrap off maybe this week.
Okay.
And but
wow.
I haven't opened the box. Right? Because I was like, you know what? This piece of glory, hallelujah. I'm gonna open it on my birthday.
You do that. Do you know what? You do that. But what I'm saying is, yeah,
and hope that my phone behaves from now till then. Yeah.
all right. But what I'm saying is, yeah. Now, for those who don't know, you know, Venus is like she's the godmother to my sons. So I'm just gonna say, let's not keep this phone to the point where the boys are in uni
or in their 20s.
Okay. can like, you know, we know that you like to get your money's worth out of a phone.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Please. Your godsons are 10 now. Don't let them get to 18 and we're doing their 18th birthday and you're still on the iPhone 12 Pro.
No,
that is
the
not
moment
acceptable.
I had to reconsider my life. Shut up. Right? Man, just shut up.
Hold on. No, hold on. I'm trying to work out. So 6S.
Okay.
7, 8, 10S, XS, 11. No, hold on. Did I miss one? Because you're on a 6S, isn't it?
I'm on
so
a
it was
6S.
7, 8, then a 10. 10S, yeah, so it's 10S. Last year was the 11, iPhone 11. Yeah. And now you're on the iPhone 12 Pro.
I jumped.
That's 5 years.
I jumped a few generations. Like, have you seen the time? It's time for you to go and get the kids.
Don't worry about that. I'm enjoying this part. Not saying I didn't enjoy the other part, but this is really
good. I've jumped a few generations. This is when I knew I had to do something about my life, okay? I spoke to the godsons and they was like, Auntie, what phone have you got? And I was like, the 6S. It's like, Auntie, you've got the 6S. Auntie, I'm 10. Like, Auntie, that phone came out when I was like 4. Auntie, that's unacceptable. Why haven't you got the 11? I had no answers. You ain't got the answers. So I was like,
you ain't got the answers, V.
I ain't got the answers. V didn't have the answers. I was just like, okay, again, the spirit left the body, the shame.
Good.
Shame.
Good.
And I was like, right, I'm going to have to do something about this. But I've done it now, so stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. I can't believe you come on my podcast, my show, and you're roasting me. You know what kills me? I'm looking and you're killing me about the tech, but look, the baby 4 is here.
That's, you know, I know that's a 4, and because I know you didn't get the 4S. I know that.
Yeah, and I didn't get the 4S. I didn't even know there was a 4S. I can't even remember. No, I do, because the 4S came out and I was like, I don't need it. I got the 4. It's not that much different. There's no change. So it's like we just
No. Do you know what? That I respect.
yeah. Then the 5 came and I was like, yeah, no. And I
But
was
to
like,
be honest,
and then the 5
to have a 6S for as long as you had it, come on.
little baby iPhone. It still works. It is so slow. Because I was thinking, I could use it for something. I was like, maybe I can have
Like
another.
what? Use it for
I
what?
don't know, maybe another camera angle or something. I was thinking maybe I'll get another camera angle. So I was thinking, let me go inside. I dug it out of the box and I turned it on and waited half an hour.
Who's got time for that?
Came on, did the little Instagram. You want to see the little original Instagram? Oh, it's so
The brown logo one.
yeah, little baby brown. Oh, it's so cute.
Allow it.
Oh, little baby. Yeah. So you come on my things and you roast me, but you know what? Out of that, you're talking, and it's kind of like, it reminds me like when you don't keep up with technology, listen, things will pass you by. You got to keep up. You got to be tech savvy, and it even merges with like this whole world of social media. Like you've got to keep evolving. You got to keep
100.
evolving with the times. If you got to keep up if it's like Instagram lives and Twitch and Zoom. Like this is my first Zoom. Like I'm behind.
That is crazy. I've done like
Behind
at
that,
least
yeah.
I've done at least like 15 Zoom parties during lockdown.
Imagine that. This is my
Yeah.
first Zoom. So it's like how did you get so tech savvy? Like in terms of like, since lockdown happened, since March, I've been keeping an eye on your social media. And I remember when lockdown happened, you was on about 15,000 followers. And then I remember we was talking, I was like, yo, Milks, like you started going on hammering the lives, the Insta lives.
Yeah.
And then I was noticing, I'll come on your page and your numbers was dropping like 400, 500 times a live. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Then I blinked and it was like, you'd gone up to 16,000, 17,000, 18. Look, fast forward, we're here now in November, literally the last few days of November, and you're on like 21,000.
Yeah.
You literally, not to be funny, but you literally have the same as the radio station you used to be on. Like,
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm
like,
I put it in.
how have you grown your social media without taking too long? I don't want to chew up too much of your time, but like, how have you managed to, like, I commend you for keeping up to date and kind of staying in the groove of, you know, just like what's going on in technology and what's going on in life and keeping your page relatable. And it's like, how, just give us some tips as to how you've grown your page to this level.
The thing is with my IG page, the one thing is that I'm consistent.
Right.
So, and
consistence, everyone. I'm not gonna lie, me. There was a time when I wasn't even posting. There was a time when I couldn't.
Yeah,
even
I know. I see.
Posting. I wasn't posting at all. I just had a page. I would just like follow some people, but I couldn't even be asked. I mean, I'm a Sag. I'm very private. I don't know. I struggle with that whole sharing things and you know, I don't know, going live.
The thing is, what I've been able to do is I've been able to build and establish my brand online, and then keep it relatable.
Yeah.
So you can come to my page for a number of things. So it's not just music, it's not just me DJing.
Yeah.
You know, obviously because of Milk Trade's motivation and stuff like that, I love to put, you know, either, you know, inspiring quotes or footage of someone like my inspirers, you know, so the likes of, you know, the Eric Thomases, the Les Browns, etc. I'll put that kind of footage up. And then I love to put up the footage of the stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And people are very interested. There's a lot of buy-in, and I think that's what it is. People have really bought into my brand as Milk Tray and kind of anything associated with it, whether it be Sweet Boy Entertainment, whether it be, you know, Sunday nights at Aquam, whether it be, you know, Rights Academy, anything that, you know, that I'm associated with, people buy into, and they know that they expect a certain level of quality and a standard.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that across a lot of the things that I'm involved in or associated with. So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And
So
I think
keep busy.
that's where I've been able to do it. Is really the buy-in.
Keep
The
busy.
buy-ins where I've been able to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. 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 You're working with a lot of organizations, and it's community. You're working with a lot of DJs, and you share all of
Hmm.
that. So you have a lot of content. So it's like, in this world, content is king. So DJs, creators, artists, whatever. Move my hands a bit slower because my lag is real. It's like, we've got to post more, we've got to share more content. It doesn't mean we've got to share, our
Your
underwear.
private life.
Doesn't mean you've
No,
got to share what's in your fridge.
there's enough. There's enough content out there for you to do that without having to get too personal.
Exactly.
And
You can get creative without getting
yeah,
personal.
and one other thing is to be savvy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Be savvy when you're on your socials.
Mm.
Um, what one thing I noticed is that, like, I love Judy Love. That's my peeps. Love
Judy
everything that she
Leslie.
does.
Love
I just
Judy.
love her
Love.
progression. I love her journey. I love everything about it.
Yes.
Um, Quarantine date nights. I used to watch it every so often,
Yeah.
and then like one time I was just like, like you're just in the comments. Like I was
Mm.
just in the comments. Do you know what I mean? And the comments can take a whole life of its own.
Mm.
So compared to like what's actually going on screen, it's like there's two bits of information. So you're looking at what's going on screen with
Yeah.
Judy and whoever she's talking to, and then you're paying attention to the comments. And then one time I was just in the comments, and then Judy finished, and I was like, I ain't done yet. Like I just wanna, I'm gonna go live, and I didn't even really mention it in the chat or anything, but it's now become like a little bit of a regular thing,
Yeah.
and
Like the
that's
debrief.
helped. And
Yeah.
even if I didn't, the weeks when I was in chats and stuff like that, or in comments, you're making yourself visible. And
Yeah.
I think that's what you need to do. Like you need to make yourself visible to others. So that's what I do when I'm in the chats or when I'm in other people's live. I'm just making myself visible, and I guarantee you'll get a couple extra followers when you do that.
I'm not keeping you long. Okay, cool. Let's keep it moving. The thing is, for people that don't know who Judy Love is a comedian here in the UK, and
Yes,
she's on a panel show like what you have in America. Oh God, what do they have in America? They have what's the panel show with Whoopi
that
Goldberg?
daytime one.
Yeah, The View.
The
The View.
view.
The View.
That's it.
Right. So our equivalent to The View here is Loose Women. And so we have like a mixture of presenters, news
Yep.
readers, and, different personalities, actresses, singers, whatever, that are on the panel, like, legends really. And then Judy Love is also part of the panel. And so, yeah, Judy Love also very, 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 her online presence, has built her status basically. She posted a lot of funny content, all of her comedy sketches and things like that on her Instagram page, like just little 1 minute, 1 minute sketches, So we're not even
Getting
talking about having
hundreds.
to post lots of content. It's just,
Yeah.
it's the quality of what you post and how it connects to the people. That's what I see with Judy. So she posts her 60-second clips that have you laughing. You get a strong presence of, like the Caribbean culture, Caribbean
Yeah.
comedy, things like that. And then on a Thursday night, she does quarantine date nights, and that's a
Crazy.
live. So again, live streaming really does connect with people in real time. And the quarantine date nights are a trip, because she's basically like using it as a date show to connect people together. Like she just has lots of people dialing
It
in,
is wild.
coming in, and they're talking, oh, Judy, I love you. And then she's asking them, what you looking for in a partner? Are you single? You have to be single when you come on to
Yeah.
date nights. That's the whole objective. But you do get people dialing in that are in relationships, and they're like, and then she'll be like, so you're in a relationship, so why are you here? Cut them off. When you're watching it live, it's hilarious. Some might just say, we just come on because we love you and wanted to see you and say hi, we're happily married, blah, blah, whatever. But I mean, ultimately, it's for the singletons. And so then she'll let the singletons talk, say what they're looking for, say, how long they've been single, what happened in their last relationship. And then just put their app name so people can slide into the DM. She'll be like,
Slide into the
slide in
DM.
the
That's
DM.
what it. When they start telling some of these stories, it gets mad.
These stories are crazy. And again, it's just, and the thing is, the chat will have about 3,000 people in it. So there'll be 3,000 people in the chat, the banter, the comedy. It's just like, it's like a moment where we're in lockdown, but everyone's connected through technology. So
Yeah.
like Milk Tray is saying, you know, content is king, connecting to the people. This is where the confidence really comes in. And this is where it's really important to be in your groove and be in tune with yourself, who you are, what you're about, and what you're trying to do. Then it's going to make it
110%.
possible for you to want to come online and share yourself. And that's what I see that you've done. We applaud you for that. Like I say, he's grown like 6,000 people in the space of like from March till now, since lockdown has happened. And that's just all based on just you know, staying in his lane and doing what suits, doing what's right for him, doing what makes him feel good. Do you know what I mean? And that's inspirational, and that's what this podcast is all about. It's another thing it reminds me of. It's like when we're talking about inspirational moments, it's like your weight loss. Your weight loss. Like when I met you, so if we go back.
Go on, be honest, tell them.
All right, so let's go back. If we go back
12.
We're talking like 12 years. So if we go back 12 years, when I met you, yeah, and when my bestie, shout outs to the spicy wifey, yeah, when the spicy wifey was like, met this guy. He's amazing. He's so confident. Oh my God, he just lights up the room. This was the chat. He's amazing. Like, you're going to love him. She's like, you're going to love him. I'm like, all right, we'll see. Came to one of the raves, came to one of the parties. You was just up there with DJ CLK.
Yeah.
Okay, right? And you was up there and you was doing your thing. And I was like, yeah, he's confident. He's fly. He's cool. And he's like, what's up, V? First, how you doing, V? Is this V? What's up, V?
I remember.
Tell the people the weight you were 12 years ago.
All right, so I'd say I probably at my heaviest, I was 22 stone.
I'm gonna inject a picture right here when I edit. Right here. Bing! 22
plus. I was 22 plus.
22 plus, right? Tell them the weight you are now.
15 and a half. 15 and a half.
7 stone. 7 stone.
Yeah.
In 12 years.
Yeah.
Right? Like.
Yeah, this is the lowest I've been.
It's not easy. Like, weight loss journey is hard. There's so much to it. It's mind, body, and soul.
It's everything.
Do you think if you hadn't applied yourself to your weight loss journey, do you think you would be at the stage you're at now, like career-wise, just everything?
No, because I learned so much, like real discipline. Like, even though people who have done weight loss or whatever might not say, but once you've kind of done it, you're constantly thinking. Like, I am constantly thinking, all right, you know what? Boy, I might need to allow them snacks, you know?
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I mean? Or, you know what? If I go to mom and dad's, let me just have one nice size plate.
Yeah.
Let me hold back on the rice.
Yeah.
Let me not have as much rice, but let me get more chicken, or, I mean, like, that's what I think now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got exercise bike at home. I've got push-up stuff. I've got weights now. I just recently got weights.
Let's see what's going on with the weights? What's going on with the guns? What's going on with the guns?
There's nothing.
Let's see what's going on with the guns. What's going on up there? What's going on?
Nothing.
This guy who be posting pictures. The guns.
And to be honest, that's within about 2 weeks, you know.
Since just getting the weights at home.
Yeah. So I do like, I try to do anything between 200 to 500 curls a day.
Okay.
Like, if I'm in the house, like on the weekend, like I plan this weekend to just be, I haven't got much on, so I'll probably do like 500 on like on a Saturday. Plus I use my bike at least 3 times a week.
Really? That's good.
Um, I'm a bit of a bit of a like I wouldn't say fitness freak, but I like stats and that. So I do have an Apple Watch
Yeah.
'cause I have an iPhone,
Yeah.
and then I do have another fitness bag which is a Samsung because I
I
got a
mean,
Samsung.
come on, come on.
So I'm constantly calorie counting and all of that
Monitoring,
jazz.
monitoring. You're
Yeah,
constantly
constantly,
monitoring.
constantly. So
You
you know what I
have
mean?
to.
I'm trying to make sure like so today I'm trying to make sure that I hit my calorie target of 1100.
11. Okay, cool. I mean, it's like we say, it's mind, body, and soul,
Yeah.
and the discipline aspects of things like being a creative, being a DJ, being a producer, whatever it is anybody is doing. The mind aspects of things, for you to have the clarity in order to push yourself and to evolve. Lifestyle is key. You know,
It's everything
lifestyle,
because
health, what goes in your mouth, what you
yeah,
put
yeah,
into your body.
we used to play out those from the UK, especially London, especially South London, you'll know our fried chicken shop, Morley's. Like there used to be one in the area called in Streatham, for those internationally, that's in Southwest London. And like after me and my team would finish in the clubs or whatever, we would drive there and the man them in the shop would see the cars pulling up. You'd see like maybe 3 or 4 cars pull up. He knew once he sees the row of cars, he knows exactly what order. So by the time we even walk into the shop, the orders are ready. They're on the counter. There's no yo, boss man, give me a number 5 and nah, the numbers are there, ready. The bags are ready.
Do you
That's
know,
how
I
bad it got.
was just remembering in those days, and you'll be like finishing a gig, and then you'll be like posting, and you'll be like, yeah, 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 we just got the chicken nuggets, and it'll be like a box of 20 nuggets at like 2, 3 in the morning. And
Now,
when I will finish work at those times, I will go KFC and I will get a snack box, and I'll
yeah,
have a snack box which will be like a chicken thigh, 3 wings, um, popcorn chicken, fries, and gravy. That would
come on
be
now.
my mega box, and I'll
See?
come home at like 3:30 in the morning, sit down, pull up what I've missed on telly, be all happy like ooh yeah, and pull out my chicken and whap, just eat all of that grease and
Yeah, and the
like
thing is, yeah,
it wasn't good.
when I'd wake up, like especially like on a Sunday morning,
Yeah,
I'd feel so
it's
rubbish.
like it's just
Like
not
just
nice.
just just my inside would feel so rubbish. Um
Hurt
so
ourselves.
so then this year I started the thing that really helped me this year. So at the beginning of the year, I'd gone back up to like 17 and a half.
Yeah.
Um, so I saw something on the television about intermittent fasting.
Mm,
So I did some research on that, and that's really along with the exercise
yeah.
in lockdown. So like in first lockdown number 1, I was walking like every morning. I'd be out and then coming back
Okay.
and then still jumping on my bike. I'd go and walk for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd do like 15,000 steps, come
Excellent.
back, jump on the
Yes.
bike for half hour. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Doing all of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But it was the intermittent fasting that really helped me because I plateaued. I
Mm,
plateaued at 16 and a half.
mm,
I would always stop at 15 and a half, 16 and a half and never be able to get past that.
mm-hmm,
But with the intermittent fasting, I was able to then drop that down
mm-hmm.
and then maintain it um, with the exercise. So I'm assuming now because I know how it works. So because I haven't been on the scales for in like a little bit, but I know because I'm doing a bit of weights now, probably my weight's gonna go up a bit because
Yes.
muscle's heavier.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm very, very happy with the progression.
I
Like
mean,
even when I look at this is a large t-shirt,
yeah.
and I mean, look,
Got me a give. Brother's got the give.
yeah, I mean that's a large t-shirt.
Brother's got the
So
give. I mean, you are what you eat. Do you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And
so
we've got to eat like we love ourselves. And that's the thing. Like them times I wasn't eating like I love myself. And it was
no,
showing, it was affecting my skin, my
yeah.
mind, I was having breakouts, psoriasis, all of
Mhm.
that. I had to change how I eat. I
Yeah,
gave
man. I've,
up
I've
meat.
noticed that even a change this year
Yeah.
in like my beard growth and that. Like my
Yeah.
beard is
Hair,
thicker.
nails, your
You know what
nail
I mean?
growth.
Yeah, like everything's like a lot better. Like even like I mean, look at that picture there.
Yes.
That was baby beard. That was back in like 2014 when I did the all female tour. Tidra Moses, Faith
Okay.
Evans,
Okay.
Selena Johnson. That was taken at the
Okay.
Indigo O2. That
Yes.
is baby beard. Look
Baby
now,
beard.
look where my
Baby
beard
beard.
line is.
Yeah,
It's
look.
in the mustache.
This is the big man beard.
Yeah.
And this is the I'm eating right beard. This is the
Yes.
I'm getting my
I'm
nutrients and
I'm getting enough sleep beard.
it's I'm getting enough sleep beard. It's not just what I eat beard, but it's when I eat beard. Like that
Yes.
intermittent fasting, it's just so important to just stop gobbing and let the body do what it needs to do. Let the food process, let the food
Yeah, and
digest, let your digestive
yeah,
system do what it
you'd
needs
be
to do. Do
surprised.
you know what I'm saying?
You'd
Like
be
we can't just
surprised.
eating and eating and eating. Yeah, I make sure I try to not eat after 8. And then even if I do eat after 8, then I might push the time and like cut off at 10, but then I won't eat the next day till about 2. When I eat from 2, I break fast with fruit. And that's how I break my fast. And then it's like, but then I've changed my diet. I don't eat meat. I only eat like maybe 10-20% fish. I don't eat dairy. It's just like grains and fruit and veg. I fast on a Friday. Friday, I don't eat at all. I fast on a Friday. I do like over a 24-hour fast just to let my organs just rest.
Yeah, man.
Just let the organs rest. Like we just can't keep just chucking
No.
things down our piping. And if we are, how are we cleansing? Like detoxing is important. A detox like every 3 to 4 months, take like certain pills that like flush everything out of you. Or
Yeah, man, you need it, man. It's important.
It's like health is wealth. And I know there's the whole stigma as well, like you need wealth for health. But I mean, you are going to have to sacrifice for your health because you're changing, you know, the quality of what you're putting in your body. But if you're trying to get, you know, to your peak performance, then you're going to need to kind of sacrifice and be disciplined, like you said earlier, because discipline is key. And I can imagine for you losing weight to go from 22 stone to 15, you know,
15 and a half.
Men carry a lot. They carry a lot mentally, you know. So like, what's your tune? What's your go-to tune like when you're working out? Because, you know, the music is important.
When I'm working out, do you know what? Freeway.
That
Yeah, that's my tune.
Really? That's your workout jam.
Freeway in a place to get see, and I got what it takes to rock the mic. Yeah.
And what about when you're on like the exercise bike?
When I'm on the exercise bike, do you know what? I kind of flip it, you know.
Yeah.
There's some really great up tempo gospel and that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
And even, like get spirited.
Even some of that old, you know, that. See, but when you're trying to keep up to that tempo,
yes,
forget about it. Forget about it.
Old
Literally.
school rhythm and blues tempo.
Yeah, if you come up, if you're hitting like for DJs more, if I'm talking like if you go to an old school like gospel track, one of them old like dun 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 dun, like, and that's like a 70 something BPM.
Mate, yeah,
that's a 72.
Yes,
73 BPM.
A lot of people like to work out to house, and they like that whole kind of 130 tempo, or you know, bass or garage, because you know they're able to, you know, fall to the floor, and they're able to just, you know, really get
but if you
going and get that tempo. I like to work out to soca.
When you start going to like 140 BPMs and 70 and 75,
yes,
76,
140 for me. Like I work out a lot. Like when I get on the rebounder, zouk. I put on my zouk music. And I'll be like, dun 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 dun. Cool down. Look at the lag. Oh my God, I have got
all that jab stuff.
Look at my lag. Listen, the thing is, folks, you know how tempted I am to just end this whole podcast because of, look at this quality. It's paining me. But you know what? I'm keeping it because it shows.
I got a little bit, but it's no.
No. His thing is sexy. This thing is, I'm going to keep it at this quality just to show you, you just got to start where you're at.
Yeah.
You got to start where you're at. If I overthink it, and you know what kills it? I've got a Canon. I've got a Canon camera.
Okay, guys, it's been great. I'm at this point, I'm done. I'm
just forgetting. You know, I've got a lot of gadgets. Okay. I've got a Canon camera. I need to do some research and figure out and use the Canon, and maybe we can get rid of this lag if I use my Canon. Maybe. But I mean, yeah, the weight loss. So getting back to staying in your groove, it's more than just what you're good at and what you love doing. It's also your lifestyle. It's what you're putting in your body, when you're putting it in your body, how disciplined you're being with yourself. Like, discipline is key. That's why I wanted to get this podcast started this week. And I think it's amazing how you've applied discipline to your life. I also believe, like, if you were still carrying the weight you was carrying, it might have affected a lot of the decisions you was making. You might not have had the zeal and the will that you have now.
Definitely.
And now you fast forward and here you are, 7 stones later, in the year 2020, in lockdown, excelling and getting ready to do great things. Yeah. With everything that's happened with this pandemic, you've kind of transitioned, you've decided to transition more. And we're seeing more of your attributes. Like, for people that don't know, okay, we know you as a DJ and we know you from listening to you on radio stations like On Top FM and, Flex FM. And at the same time, though, it's like you've been trying to maneuver out of just being a DJ and showcasing, like your abilities as a people's person to motivate people with your milk tray motivation, which you have in the back there. Public speaking. Tell us about how you've transitioned from DJing into public speaking and kind of being a bit of a lifestyle life coach.
It started with journeys to work. So I remember around about 2010, maybe about 2010, 2011, when YouTube was starting to kind of build a bit of momentum. I remember my cousin Ibs, you're going to hear his name a lot. He was like, yo, found this guy on YouTube, man. He's sick. Like, and because we come from church, so, seeing somebody speak in a public domain is something that I've grown up with. So he was like, yeah, man, there's this guy. They call him the hip hop preacher. His name's Eric Thomas. Like, you need to check him out. And I was like, all right, cool. So I remember him sending me a link of Eric's legendary video where he's talking about, wanting it as bad as you want to breathe.
And when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
And I remember watching that and thinking, wow. So I started to kind of watch a lot of these videos on YouTube for my own personal development. So a lot of the times when I was on my journeys to work or whatever on the commute, what I was doing is I wasn't even watching them live on YouTube. I was converting them to MP4 on my phone and then saving them as like just videos on my phone.
Nice.
So I didn't have to worry about clapping my data and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would just convert them to like MP4 and I'd have a whole load of them on my phone. So at the time, back in 2012, I started doing breakfast radio on a legendary station over here called On Top FM, and I had control of the breakfast show for Monday to Wednesdays. And in that show, there was one morning, and I felt like, you know what, let me just do something different. So I converted that same video to MP3, and then I played it in the show, and then I kind of spoke about it afterwards. And then the feedback I got from that was so amazing. People were like, yo, like, can we get another one of those tomorrow morning? I was like, all right, cool. Like, I've got a few. So
here's one I made earlier.
Yeah. I converted another one the next morning. They were like, yo, all right, cool. Like, can we get another one? I was like, all right, cool. And then it just started to pick up so much momentum. Then we came up with the actual feature called Milk Trays Motivation. Yeah. We started doing that back in, I think about 2014 14 or 15. So I was doing it for about 2 years on the radio. So what I would do is every morning at 8:30, everything would stop. You would just know that it's time for motivation. And I'd take one of the clips from YouTube, whether it was Eric, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Steve Harvey, Inky Johnson. There's so many that I kind of was just exposed to. I had so much content. So I was using these things on a daily basis. And then I had the opportunity to then take over breakfast full time, Monday to Friday. So every day, 8:30 on the school run, when you're on your way to work, like you're getting your motivation. But then what was happening is that I would break it down afterwards, because a lot of the content I was using is from primarily America.
Yeah.
So I would kind of then make it a little bit more relatable to people over here and kind of share my stories and my journeys. And then it kind of just blew up. And then in 2016, I picked up an award, which is there.
I see it. I see it. Ooh.
Yeah, the Back to Black Awards, which was awarded by my big bro Freddy Krueger, rapper, film director, that all of that. But one of the first people to sign to UK Wu-Tang International back in the day. But that's a whole nother story.
And that.
But I had to get the plug in. I had to plug. I had to get my plug in for my boy.
Yeah.
So yeah. I got awarded that for contributions to outstanding contributions to the community.
Yeah.
And then we transitioned from that to then a live event. So we started myself, my other cousin Warner, and my friend Leisha, because I'm the creative mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have all these amazing ideas.
You do?
I have all these amazing ideas, but I'm just not that person to put it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna do it.
There's no I in team. There's no I in team.
No.
There's no I in team. We can blow up trumpets, but at the end of the day, you know what your strengths are and where you need people that can help elevate the vision and make it actual and factual. So shout out to everyone in the Milk Tray team that's helping making your dreams actual and factual. I missed the moment. Now. I was meant to ask you, like, when you was now transitioning into this kind of being a motivational speaker, like what would you say is a song that represents that part of your life? Because I'm going to inject some music. Like what's the song that really represents what you're doing in terms of connecting people to their visions and their dreams? What's the song that's
the first song that comes to mind is Drake and Trey Songz, Successful.
Right.
Because I remember and then at the end of every motivation, I would play like a song that would kind of be inspiring or something like that. So, over the years, Drake and Trey Songz, Successful, Nas, I Can, the kids love that.
That's the jam.
Drake, We Made It. I love that one.
We made it. We made it.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, those are key songs, especially the Successful. So would you say that's the song you embedded into the fibers of your being to kind of ground you in that self-belief of this is what I'm going to do. This is the thing that kind of kept you in your groove, because that's what this podcast is all about. That's why I wanted to know, in that era, what was the song that connected you and had you?
It was definitely Drake and Trey Songz, Successful.
I just wanna be successful. Sing that shit. I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful.
So those are like that's the key jam right there that kept you in your groove. So in regards to like where you're at now, like I feel like you're just skimming the surface of what Milk Tray is trying to do. Like I feel like, for those that don't know, you've just finished with Flex FM. So that chapter, you just closed the chapter, and now you're in this sliding doors moment. So what can we expect from Milk Tray, like from here? Like you've got the Hope program going on, the T-shirt that you're wearing right now, the Hope program, where you're doing workshops with kids, teaching them to DJ.
Yes.
This guy is multifaceted, y'all.
Yeah, so we started the Hope program in the middle of lockdown. So around about May, I live in the borough of Croydon, and a couple of my friends, after the whole kind of George Floyd thing and the whole Black Lives Matter thing, um, I was approached to kind of put together a program and a workshop for young Black people, and others, but primarily, our young Black youth, male and female, to kind of get into DJing. So I'd already been kind of working alongside one of my fellow DJs in my team, SBE, big up DJR. Him and his people had set up what they call the Rights Academy.
Right.
We both share the same surname,
Right.
so it kind of made sense. So I've been working on that with them for the last 3 years, and then this year was kind of like the year where I was kind of took a step out, and kind of put that together. So the whole program is the DJing plus mentoring. So I've been doing that since, round about May. Kind of came up with the concept. Big up to Anthony King
Yeah.
as well, helped
Salute,
me to put that
Anthony.
together.
Yeah.
And the last how many months has been amazing. I've been doing work with one of the Premier League's football clubs, which is local to us, Crystal Palace Football Club.
Crystal
They've been
Palace.
fully backing it. Yeah, I've been,
Man U,
working
we're
with them.
devoted Man United fans, by the way.
We're
We are
both
Man
Man
United.
United, yeah,
We're
but
both
I'm
Man
just
U to the
saying,
core. But
I'm just
shout out
saying,
Crystal Palace all the
you
same.
got to shout out Palace, yeah, because they've been putting food on my table, so like that.
Palace are looking good. Palace. So what's next? Now that you've finished
Um,
your radio,
yeah, so I've just finished last week, or was my last week on Flex. I'd been there for just over a year, and I'd finally done it. I'd finally made the progression from what some might call pirate or whatever, and I'd kind of made it to what we would call on our scene legal radio, which is for a pirate radio DJ. That's the epiphany. That's the goal, to make it to like legal radio. So I did that, and it was an amazing journey. Had an amazing time, met some wonderful people, created some lifelong memories, and now it's time to just take a step away and just um look at really building my own legacy, building ownership.
That's key.
Tyler Perry has a quote where it says something like, we try so hard to sit at the table instead of making our own. And that's where I'm at right now. Do you know what I mean? So I'm at that stage where I'm creating my own table.
Fair dues.
And then having others come and sit at that table as well.
Okay. Are we
So
going to have to do a part 2? I feel like there's things bubbling, but you're not allowed to say.
I think there's things bubbling, like that. There's things bubbling.
Are we going to have to do a part 2?
I mean,
like, what's happening? We want to know.
I'm setting up my own radio station. Ownership, man. Ownership.
Woo, 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 Emmy.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah,
that's what we call taking yourself high. This is elevation to the highest level. This is operating at your optimum. This is turning your passion into your profession. This is why we wanted to start the Flytraxx FlyLife podcast, episode 1, with you, because there's nobody I can think of right now that is in their groove and taking their life to the next level more than you. That I know everyone's doing their thing right now, but there's something special about the energy and the favor that's around your life right now. And
Amen.
I think to just let this be the tone for this podcast series, where we're trying to see how people are connecting to their core and staying in their groove. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing everything that's going to happen with the new radio station. What did you say the station's name is?
Reach LDN Radio.
Reach Radio, like reach out, like reach for the stars, like reach. People, it's time to reach deep within. It's time to reach out to each other. Time to reach out to the next generation, more importantly.
Come on now.
And get them in their groove, get them connecting to what they love and finding a way how to turn their passion into their profession, rather than leaving school and ending up into doing a 9-to-5 job for some big corporation that doesn't give a shit about them. Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
the
It doesn't
that's
give
the
them
truth.
any equity.
That's the truth.
What is the song right now that's just got you like taking you to the next level and helping you push through, you know, the resistance, push through all the negativity and
You
helping
know
you
what?
de-stress
It's an old
and take
song.
it there?
I was born a winner. That's my song.
By Freddie McGregor.
By Freddie McGregor. That's my
Freddie
song.
McGregor.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I was born weak. I know I am. Yes, I am.
That's
Come
the
on.
jam. You're born a winner.
Yeah, there you
Milk
go.
Tray, thank you. Thank you.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
B.
Thank you. How can people find you? Before we go, I want you to just give us, you know, a couple of words to close out this podcast in terms of people connecting to their core and
I'm gonna say
how they can find you
this.
online. Whilst you
I'm
do
gonna
that,
say this.
I
Huh?
need to go. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go and plug in my laptop because it's about to die on me.
Go and get that.
Swerve. Tell
Right.
them, talk to them, talk to them,
Right.
talk to them.
So what I would say is 2020 has been challenging for everybody in so many different ways. From myself, with regards to work and everything. But I'll tell you right now, it's the blessings that have come from the challenges of this year totally outweigh the challenges. Do you know what I mean? So we've got to have the mindset where we don't look at just the challenges and then get caught up in it. Yeah. Because within a challenge, yeah, there's an opportunity. Yeah. Within adversity, there's something out there. There's something that you can get out of it. Like, don't just see it as 2020 is a write-off. I'm not writing off 2020. Yeah. 2020 for me, and I can only speak for myself, has probably been my best year. I might not have as much money as I had in the bank this time last year. And I tell you that's a fact. I really don't. But the blessings that I have, the peace that I have within my home, the fact that my marriage is good and my kids are healthy and like things are moving, and trust me, yeah, it's not all
Amen.
about the peas. It's not all
Amen.
about the peas. So just understand. I just need you just to take a step back and look at what 2020 has been for you. Yeah. And just know that there's opportunities in everything. Yeah. In every adversity. And just know that all things are working. It's biblical, but just know all things are working for your good. Catch me on all the
Absolutely.
platforms, DJ Milk Tray on everything, apart from on Twitch, because on Twitch is DJ_Milk Tray.
God damn, that boy can sing. You must be crazy. He good. You must be crazy.
I mean, Milk Tray, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We thank you. We salute you for staying in your groove. You know, so that's what everyone needs to do with these last 5 weeks of the year as we exit over to 2021. We're trying to take this thing higher. We're trying to
Come on,
elevate.
man, let's fly. Let's get them
Let's
Flytraxx
fly.
in. You know, like
Let's
that.
fly. You know, like that. Get them Flytraxx in. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing some of the Flytraxx that have helped to take you high and keep you in your groove. We look forward to hearing more about what's going to happen with this next part of your career. So I predict a part 2, maybe season 2. You know, and then you'll have lots to tell us, and we look forward to hearing about all the magnificent things that are going to flow your way. Be water, my friend. Stay in your groove. We'll speak soon. Big love.
Peace.
If you enjoyed this podcast, then please click like, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget to switch on notifications for when I post future content. And I want you to know I truly appreciate you for tuning in. Stay fly. Have a good day.